Today, I will be teaching you how to play chess. One of the first pieces that we'll be learning about is the pawn. Now, the pawn is a unique piece because it is the only piece that cannot move backwards. At the beginning, it can move 2 spaces or 1. After that, it can only move 1 piece at a time, 1 square at a time. The next piece that we'll be learning about is the castle. The castle is a very simple piece. It moves in a straight line forward and backwards, left and right, as many squares as you would like. The next piece is the knight. Now, the knight is also a very unique piece. Each piece is very unique. The knight is shaped as an L. It also moves as an L. It can move 3 and 1 or 1 and 3. This can go in any direction, but you must have 3 and 1. The next one is the bishop, and it has its own color. This one would be the black bishop, and it would move, as long as there's a piece that's not in the way, anywhere along a black diagonal line. Now, one thing I had forgotten to say was the knight is allowed to jump over any piece that it wants. Castle, bishop, king, queen, and pawn cannot do this. The king can move in any square around it. It is also followed by the queen, who can move as bishop and castle in a straight line, diagonally and straight. After we've learned how to move the pieces, the next thing to learn is how to set them up. All the pawns are in the front. The castle is at the end, and the knight follows the castle. The bishop follows the knight, and the king and queen follow the bishop. The queen goes on its own color, and the king goes on a different color. One way to remember how the queen stays on its own color is that a girl must match her clothes. So, after we have learned how to set it up, we also have to learn how to set up our board when playing. And one of my favorite opening moves is to open with the king pawn, but you can open as any way you want. One of the ways they call this setup, they call them setups, and they have different names. Different setups have different names. I cannot name you all the setups that they have, but the next thing that we'll be learning about is how to strategize. One of the ways that most people strategize is either to attack the center or to control the center. The center opens up more room for the entire board so that you can attack from all sides. Lastly, in order to win, you must capture the king. The king is captured by blocking it off and by attacking it. When attacking the king, you have to tell them check. This allows the other opponent to either block the check or to capture the piece that is checking it. It can also move out of the way of check. If you can check the person and block it and not allow it to be captured, then the king is captured, and it is called checkmate, which means that you have won. Now, I hope you have enjoyed this lesson on chess, and I hope that you will find yourself checkmating your opponent. As always,